In this session, we will check how we can connect to a MySQL database from Mule, and we will also check how we can run select insert query to a table in the database. So let us get started. First, we will create a new project for that. I'll give the name as 105 underscore connect to DB. Click on finish. Okay, I'll use a HTTP listener as a source. I'll keep connector configurations default value and the path is connect to DB. Click on save. Then I need to use a database component, which is first we will use the select component, drag and drop. So here I need to give connector configuration, basically the details of the database which I want to connect. So in my local I have already a database running, which is a MySQL database. So in there I have a recipes database, and in that I have a table called as recipes, and I have few entries inside that. Okay, so these are the entries. So I have basically 5 rows. That's it. So let us check how we can connect to this particular database. So connection, I can give MySQL connection, configure, add recommended library. Okay. The host. What is the value for host? So manage connections. Host name, it is written here. You can use it here. And the port 3306. And the user is root. Okay. And the password I'll give it here. Database name is recipes underscore database. I'll copy that. I'll paste it here. I'll give it as connection. Okay, so this connection is successful. Click on OK. Okay, so first we will run a simple query. Select star from recipes. I'll just paste it here. Okay, so the response I'll convert it to a JSON. For that I can use a transform message component. Drag and drop it here, and I'll change this to JSON, and I want to convert the entire payload, so I am giving payload. Save this. Yeah, so I think we are good. Let me deploy this and check. Okay, here I can see the status deployed. So let us test this. So it is localhost 8081 and connect to DB. Okay, so there are 5 records in the table. I can see 5 records here as well. Okay, so let me change the query a little bit. I'll order it. Order by, I think it is recipe ID. Yeah. So I have changed the query. Let me save this. This will get redeployed automatically once we save this. Okay, so it got redeployed. Let me send the request again. So if you see here, this is in a random order. Let me check if it is working. Yeah, see. Now it is in a prop prod, right? So that is working. So let me change the query a bit more. I'll use a where condition where recipe underscore id is equal to 1. Let me save this. Okay, it got redeployed. So using this query, I should be getting only this particular record. Let me test this. Okay, so that is working fine. Let me change this a bit more. Like what my requirement is, I'll send this recipe ID in the query parameter. So it needs to fetch the value from the query parameter and run the query accordingly. So how we can do that? We can go to database. Instead of this, I can give it a colon ID, and here I can tell from where it is getting this ID. Okay, so ID it is getting from attributes dot query params dot input ID. So I need to send the value in the query params with key as input ID. So let me set that and send it. I will set the key as input ID. I'll keep the value as 1. So let me check if it is deployed. Yeah, it got deployed. So let me test this once again. Okay, let me change this input ID to 2. Yeah, so this is also working fine. So basically what is happening is we are sending the input ID from the query parameter. The Mule flow, it is getting the value ID from this particular query param. This is coming from the input. So this value it is getting assigned here, and this query is run after that. Okay, so now we will see how we can insert the data into this particular table. So that I can use the insert component. I'll remove this and I'll remove this. Connector configuration, I can use the already existing database config. So what is the SQL query text? So I'll give a different one because ID is right. So I want to add one more entry to the database from the Mule flow. So we have recipe ID till 5. Okay, so the recipe ID is unique. So I have to give the value 6, and this is the query I need to run in order to insert one new record to the database. So let me save this and let me put a transfer message component. I'll give JSON so that we will get some output in the postman. So that's it. Okay. Okay. Let me see if it is redeployed. Okay, so that is redeployed. Let me run this. Okay, I can see the message is success. Let me go to the database and check if it is inserted properly. See, I can see this entry in the database. So yeah, so that's it. Thanks for watching the video. If you like the content, please subscribe to the channel. Please let me know any suggestion about the session in the comments. And if you would like me to include any topic in your course, please let me know in comments. Thank you.